Hi everyone, my name is Ashley Turin. I am the CEO and founder of LiveTree. LiveTree has been an existing business. Unlike a lot of the ICOs here, we've been out in the real world. We've captured 5% of the market share for crowdfunding within the UK, specifically for film and TV. And we did that by tapping into one of the challenges that filmmakers and TV makers have while crowdfunding, which is, if you look at sites such as Indiegogo or Kickstarter, the challenge is advertising. So you have to do all the advertising yourself. So we looked at this problem, we thought, what is the best way to advertise? It's actually something you probably do every single day, and you've probably done at this conference. It's word of mouth recommendation, right? You listen to your friends, you listen to your colleagues, you listen to your peers. So we got together a collective of different charities, non-profits, organizations, and brands. And we also got together about 200 other bloggers, influencers, and said, while you're raising money, if you give back to these brands, back to these non-profits, would they advertise for you? And so they started advertising, and that reduced the costs for these filmmakers to raise money. We went and partnered with the British Film Institute, Red Rock Entertainment. We have over 14,000 suppliers in our directory. And we started really seeing a lot of traction within our platform. But one of the main challenges that these film and TV projects have is that they were getting funded, but they weren't actually getting into the cinema screens. They weren't actually getting onto your television. So we looked at that process of how does content reach your screen? And it's what the insider industry, you probably don't know, it's called licensing, and it's rights management. So it's managing the rights behind this particular IP. So we looked at that process and we said, how does the industry work at the moment? If you go down to Cannes, you go down to MIPCOM, these festivals, it's so archaic that these guys are actually writing down the deals on bits of paper. Their fees are around 35%, and the deal time takes 6 to 12 months. So by utilizing the blockchain and creating a marketplace, we can reduce their deal time down from 6 months to 12 months, down to a matter of weeks, and we can reduce their fees from 35% to 2.5%. This is a $3.5 billion market just within film and TV. And we think we're really strongly placed to offer a solution not only for distribution, but also for the funding side. So we could bring them fresh new content as well as connecting them in a peer-to-peer fashion. So the contracts behind these distribution deals are relatively complex. You know, it entails what territories, what jurisdictions, are you going to have exclusivity? And oftentimes, if you're a new or upcoming content maker, you're not going to get looked at by the big broadcasters. So how do you build traction? How do you build momentum for your particular content and get it in front of these particular distributors? So for that, we've envisaged a completely new online channel. It's called Blossom TV. And our USP, our unique proposition, because there's a lot of online channels out there, is that we're solely focused on crypto. So what does that mean? So for instance, we are launching a new show called The Buy-In. And this enables people to watch this show, similar to Dragon's Den, Apprentice, but it's ICOs that come on and pitch, and you can invest in real time through your television. We're in talks with major broadcasters to get this into the film and into your TV screen. And we've been bringing about a change in how we think about content. What's really special and what makes us unique, you know, to the blockchain is our protocol. So our protocol encapsulates not just the licensing and the rights management, but also the format behind it. So if you make a film or television show, how do you protect your IP? How do you protect it when you go from jurisdiction to jurisdiction? And that's another great use of the blockchain, whereabouts we are using it to manage the rights, the chain of rights. I'm super excited today to announce that we've partnered with Token Community. They have invested $10 million with us today, and they are a great media partner with us. They have their own distribution network. They also have a proprietary format and a number of other complementary films and content companies that will align with our solution on the blockchain. I'm also really excited today to announce that we're moving away from centralized Microsoft Azure and we're going to zero chain. So those that may know about zero chain, we are partnering with them to move away from our video storage on Microsoft and moving it to zero chain, which turns our liability, which is we're currently paying for storage and transcoding, into an asset by using zero chain tokens. So it was a really quick pitch. I hope that did it justice. Is there any? Can I open up some questions? Go.
Hello. Just making sure it's working. What about regulation within?
Thanks.
What about regulation? Lots of frowning faces. You're going to have lots of people point fingers. Regulation is the key of subject right now. How are you dealing with that?
So we've entered into the FCA. Well, we've applied for the FCA sandbox, and what we'd like to do is simplify. At the moment, the process of funding films in the UK is very complex. It involves tax credits. It involves funding from the BFI and external investment. That kind of model is actually replicated in many different countries in different ways, and we're trying to simplify that funding process and provide a unified approach. So we're actively engaged with the regulators about bringing about that change, along with the British Film Institute.
One final question. Whereabouts are you with the steps of, what stage are you on ICO with investors? Where are you?
So we're currently open. We're taking a landmark step with this investment today. When we launched our ICO, the Ethereum price was around 20 cents, and now it's at, our token price is now at 90. We decided with our partners to actually look at that and say the market's changed. So we're going to reduce our token price to 20, which makes, we believe, a lot of value and a lot of sense when it comes to the secondary market for investors coming in now.
What's the cap?
20.
20. Sorry, he just said that now.
20 bill.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your time.